What if the only thing holding you back was your own belief? In this episode, Roberto shares how he went from doubt to building multi-million dollar properties, creating freedom for his family, and providing that success starts with one step and the question, why not me?
Yeah. No,
That's what I think.
You touch on a great point that it's what I also want to I try to bring here, which is success is not only when I achieve that $10 million property. No, we are talking about small success every day that fuels us to do the next thing. So that's beautiful, that's awesome. That's what we should recognize and aim for.
Yeah. We see these high performers at the level that they're at, right? On Instagram, TV, social media. We see them as this magical star. You don't think they went through the troubles that we're going through? They were a little guy at one point somewhere, right? They weren't handed the success in 1 month. So they've put in the work. We just haven't noticed that. We notice them at the top of their game right now. So if you and I put in the work and the listeners put in the work to achieve that vision that you said to yourself, yeah, we can be there. Why not? Why them? Why not me?
Yeah,
That's my belief. Why them?
exactly. We just need to ask the right questions. How? How can I do that? And not, oh, I cannot, or anything else. I don't know.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah. It's all positive beliefs. I have a 12-year-old son. He's very good in soccer. He's on an academy team. And he never says once that he doesn't want to go to soccer, but he sometimes says, oh, I can't do that move, or I can't get by that best player. I said, son, why can't you say it? I can get by that best player. I will get by that best player, right? I will cross that ball. So for everyday people like us in this entrepreneur world, yes, I can do that. So that's how I personally have changed my mindset too, is yes, I can.
Hey, Roberto. Ciao, bello.
Hey, ciao, Fernando. How are you?
I'm doing very good, man. Oh, it's so nice to see that smile.
Yeah, thank you.
That
Good
energy, man.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
so
it's all
good,
about
so
the
good.
energy.
Yes, it is. It is. Wow, it's all about the energy, exactly. And what's exciting then? Let's go. What's exciting these days? What are you doing? How things are going this year? Because it's almost at the end.
It's almost at the end, but there's so much time and so many things to do for me to accomplish just this year alone. 2025 has been an awesome year for me. I've leveled up. I've invested in myself. I've joined high level mastermind groups. I've committed to the process that people are telling me what to do and how to do it. And I'm seeing the results. Like 2025 is a cool year to be Roberto. Awesome. Everything's falling in line. I'm excited.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So I know you from also a commercial real estate mastermind coaching. Have you joined others? What have you learned that sparked all that results?
Yeah. So the big thing this year is I joined my second and third mastermind group. So my first mastermind group was last year. I joined a commercial real estate mastermind group with like-minded individuals that let me get over those barriers and expand my fear of purchasing a $10 million property, right? So in real estate, you buy your single family house, you and your wife buy your first home, call it $1 million home. It's a big investment. Who's to think that someone like me or you can purchase a $10 million property? So that first mastermind I joined last year was absolutely eye-opening. I didn't know a guy like me can do something like that. So that brought me to other levels that this year I said, let me join. I joined Dan Martell Elite Coaching Program. He wrote a book, Buy Back Your Time. I read the book. I was fascinated. I joined his coaching program. That's where it elevated me to open up an Instagram account. I've never was on social media before this year. So I opened up an Instagram account. He held me accountable for five daily non-negotiables, right? Post on Instagram, get in a workout routine. I've never been to the gym since February of this year. So
Wow.
post on social, get in a workout routine, reach out to five people every day. So go through your contact list and reach out to five new people, build that connection, and learn AI. So all those things I'm implementing in my daily tasks, and it's just a game changer. The most important one was the social media posts. It just telling the world what you're doing, who you are. It just attracts that positive energy back to you.
So here's what I'm listening. First of all, big thing, limiting beliefs, right?
Yes.
Then the main thing that I think about community is uniting like-minded people.
Yeah. Yeah. If you want to do something that you think is unachievable, why not learn from the person that has already done it? Right? Invest in yourself and you save years of learning from someone who's already done it.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer.
And what is the gain from connecting to other like-minded people? What do you get from that?
So picture yourself, you want to be a soccer athlete, a soccer player. You're not going to go hang around with the robotics club. You're not going to go hang around with the math or chess club. If you want to get better, you're going to hang around with all your friends, all your community is going to like soccer. So now you're going to join a soccer club, a soccer academy, a soccer team. So obviously you have no choice but to get better because you're surrounding yourself with people that like soccer. Same goes in life with you and I. I love real estate. I'm surrounding myself with people that also love real estate and want to do bigger and better things in real estate. So, what do you think we talk about when we're all hanging out together on these Zoom calls and in person network events? 90% of the conversation is about real estate, different techniques, different experiences, how I can level up alongside them. It's all implemented in your mind, hanging around like minded people that want to achieve the same goals.
We kind of vibrate the same, right?
Yeah, that's exactly it. You're bouncing ideas off each other and growing as one big unit.
Yes. That's the power of a unity, yeah, man. Yeah, that's
It's
what I've
it's
been seeing.
huge.
It's the one that where we met, Rodcliffe's. It is the only one I'm part. In the first one, I was part in terms of community, and I asked that because I feel the same.
Yeah,
So the growth is unprecedented, and to vibrate the same as other like-minded individuals, it's priceless.
it's priceless. It saves you time. It it breaks down barriers like we mentioned. It gets you to the place where you want to be, where you're meant to be there. You're meant to buy $10 million properties every year, two or three a year. Hang around the group that's doing it, and you will eventually do it, right? And look, our connection right now. Whoever thought that Fernando would be interviewing Roberto on a podcast?
Yeah.
You wouldn't do that last year because we weren't connected in that group. We want to reach out
Yes,
and tell our networks what we're doing, what you're doing, what I'm doing, what we are doing as a team. It's a beautiful thing that's happening. Absolutely.
it is. And I realized that for everything, I'm big on sports like triathlon or running. So yeah, we always think of we just need the first step. And to me, this interaction, as you said here, who would think of us talking in this space? It was just the first step, and from that, ideas are coming, and I'm planning and structuring from that first step things that I could not imagine if I was sitting doing nothing and imagining, oh, I want to do something, and I never take the first step.
Yeah. What's the negative? Let me rephrase that. What's the outcome of inaction? Nothing.
Nothing.
What's the outcome of action? Right? Our mentor, Rod Khleif, says that just take action.
Yeah.
80% of something is better than 100% of nothing.
Yeah.
Just take action. All these high level individuals, all these CEOs, executives, entrepreneurs, you don't think they have problems and situations that they have to deal with every day, like in their business world? Like something went wrong, we have to kick out a tenant, there's a fire in the unit, this is didn't get paid on time. Of course they do. But bigger problems, bigger money,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Risk reward.
Yeah.
And I see you saying a lot of results that you already harvesting, but um, and in terms of business. But what about your growth? It seems that a lot of growth happened because all of this, all that action. What can you tell me about that?
Yeah. My largest or most rapid growth period was the last 2 years, when I joined these mentorship programs. Now is okay. I have all this growth. I have all this momentum. I have all this positive energy. I'm surrounded with positive people. How do I get to that next level? Right? It's always the next level. I have 7 properties that I've closed on. I have 500 units that I own. I have $25 million assets under management in the last 2 years that I've accomplished, that I own. What's the next level? What's that 50 million assets under management look like? What's that 1,000 units under ownership look like? What's that next level? Right? How do I get there? I know I want to get there. How do I do that? So now that's just a different conversation, is implementing the right systems. Right? So now my game has changed, that I have to either focus my time or outsource system generating tasks, right? So now, as you grow as an individual, as you grow as a company, you need the right systems in place.
Okay. Keeping yourself uncomfortable to
Yeah.
achieve and be a bit better today so you can achieve what you visualize for tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, what I do is write down my 5-year goals, 3-year goals, 1-year goals. What I do now for my 1-year goals is break them down to monthly goals. What targets do I have to hit to reach my 12-month goal? If I'm not hitting them on a month to month basis, what's the chances I'm going to hit them on an annual basis? Right? So I wake up every day thinking, I learned a lot yesterday, but I'm not giving up. I'm not stopping. I'm going to learn even more today. There's no sense in saying, hey, I did a 40-hour work week. I'm good. No, do a 50, a 60. It's not so much about the hours. It's about how much you're learning and improving yourself by that 1%.
Yeah.
Mm.
But out of curiosity, I have something that I struggle personally when I do this kind of planning. Is there are things that I think need some maturity time. So how can we month by month ensure that we reach those targets?
You have to be committed to that process, to whatever it takes, right? You want to, like, one of my goals was to read 5 books this year. All honesty, I've never read a book in my life before this year, like a full, complete book. So I said to myself, my goal was 5 books a year. Every second month, I have to finish 1 book, right? So that was my micro goal. I read 4 books in the first 4 months of the year. So now I have to push that goal, and I'm going to read 8 books this year, right? Because I was on a good path. Once you have that momentum going for you, it just encourages you. It just wants you to read that next book. It wants you to underwrite that next multifamily asset. To me, it's just the adrenaline and the motivation that I already read 4 books in 4 months. Why not read 5, 6, 7? Why not keep going? It's really not that hard. You're not changing your day, right? If you read for 10 minutes a day today, you read for 10 minutes a day tomorrow. You're not really adding anything to your day. You're just keeping consistent, right? Commitment, consistency gives you the confidence.
Yeah. No,
That's what I think.
you touch on a great point that it's what I also want to I try to bring here, which is success is not only, well, when I achieve that $10 million property. No, we are talking about small success every day that fuels us to do the next thing. So that's beautiful. That's awesome. That's what we should recognize and aim for.
Yeah. We see these high performers at the level that they're at, right? On Instagram, TV, social media. We see them as this magical star. You don't think they went through the troubles that we're going through? They were a little guy at one point somewhere, right? They weren't handed the success in 1 month. So they've put in the work. We just haven't noticed that. We notice them at the top of their game right now. So if you and I put in the work and the listeners put in the work to achieve that vision that you said to yourself, yeah, we can be there. Why not? Why them? Why not me?
Yeah,
That's my belief. Why them?
exactly. We just need to ask the right questions. How? How can I do that? And not, oh, I cannot, or anything else. I don't
No.
know.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah. It's all positive beliefs. I have a 12-year-old son. He's very good in soccer. He's on an academy team, and he never says once that he doesn't want to go to soccer, but he sometimes says, "Oh, I can't do that move," or "I can't get by that best player." I said, "Son, why can't you say it? I can get by that best player. I will get by that best player, right? I will cross that ball." So for everyday people like us in this entrepreneur world, yes, I can do that. So that's how I personally have changed my mindset too. Is yes, I can. Why not me? Right? And if
Yeah.
I can't do it, let me find someone who can. Right? There's a book, Who Not How.
Who, not how.
Yeah. Who can do it, not how do I do it? Who do I know who can do it? Right?
Yeah.
If it's some AI technology that you want to implement, and I'm not a tech guy, so now I got to find an AI individual that can help me. Who, not how.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's all mindset, right? It's all
It
mindset.
is. It is all mindset. But okay, we you brought so much, and we couldn't um, even. I want to know more about your background. You just the energy was so boom.
You told me to hit it hard, man, so I hit it hard.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
try to give value to these listeners because I was in a position of limited beliefs even a couple years ago, even at the start of my
Yeah.
adulthood. And I don't want other people that have the potential like us to have that limited belief. Like I don't want them to scroll on Instagram and just look at these high performers doing good things. Believe that you can do that, right? And I'll get into my story is it started when I was 17, 18 years old. So I was born and raised in Toronto, Canada. I just moved to Florida 2 years ago with my family. But living in Canada, it was a good life. There's no complaints. And at 17 years old, I got a job at the bank, one of the top 6 banks in Canada. Obviously, through connections, my mother used to work at that same bank. So back in the day, it was easy to get employment at the bank. It sounds like a
Yeah.
big fancy job, but it wasn't anything special. I went through one little interview and the girl knew me and she gave me the job.
You're
But
in.
anyways, it that day, that job will lead into where I am today. So being a teller at the bank, I saw these high net worth individuals come in on a regular basis and they kept depositing these checks for the same amount every month. As I got to know these individuals, I started talking with them. I started noticing that they're coming in with rent checks. These people are landlords. They have their own business that they do 9 to 5, but they have this magical check that the tenant's paying them and they're depositing in the bank and they're keeping the money. I thought to myself, I want to be like that guy. So that opened my eyes to the real estate world. You hear these big names, the Donald Trumps of the world that own all these real estates. And back in the day, Donald Trump was a big real estate mogul. So he was like the guy I kind of looked at in the real estate world, right? Like, he owns a lot of real estate. Why can't I? So at a young age, about 20 years old, I decided to buy my first real estate investment property. I wanted to be a landlord. And I did. I went to Toronto. I went to a sales place and signed on the dotted line that first day, bought my first investment property. Came home, didn't even tell my parents. I didn't care. I knew this was the right thing to do. I wanted to do this because I saw those people at the bank doing the same thing that I wanted to do, right? What's the worst that can happen? You lose your deposit. I'm 20 years old. I got another 50 years to work for a $20,000 deposit, right? That risk to reward didn't mean anything to me, like that risk taking. So that was one belief that I overcame at a young age. Then I left the bank because I wasn't really liking that corporate world. But I left the bank with financial knowledge, real estate knowledge, and looking at day-to-day people, well, that looked like day-to-day people with a lot of money. So I knew, hey, if they have a lot of money, why can't I? So I'll speed it up. But I worked with my father in his general contracting home renovation business, right? I left the bank. Italian family says, hey, without no job, you can't stay home. You're coming to work with me. I said, I'm all in, man. Let's go. So learning from him on the job sites, learning the trades, how to be an electrician, how to be a plumber, how to lay tiles. Another turning point, a limiting belief is I was installing bathtubs with him, right? For a couple times, for a couple months. And then one day he left me on the job site alone. He said, Roberto, install this bathtub. I'm like, shit, I don't know how to install the bathtub. I know how to because I see him do it, but I don't know how to do it on my own. So he left me with his bathtub upstairs and I'm trying to fit it in the wall and it's not going in the opening. I'm like, how do I do it? I kicked, I pushed, I not bent it. I put it on an angle. I tried to shove it in. It won't go in. It wouldn't fit. I was, 22, 23 years old at the time, whatever I was. I started crying on the job site by myself, alone in the bathroom upstairs. The homeowners are downstairs. I have no idea if they heard me. My father wasn't there. I was crying that this bathtub wouldn't fit. After 10 minutes of crying and not doing anything, I looked on the side. I said, oh, this is how it goes. I had to cut a piece of drywall to give me that extra half an inch to slide the bathtub in to fit in the opening. So another limiting belief is I can't put that bathtub in that opening. Yes, I can. Just cut a little 2-foot piece of drywall and it slides right in. So that's what I did. What a huge accomplishment that was in the confidence, right? These little things that give you confidence to tackle the next project. So you don't think I wanted to install another bathtub the next week? Yeah, damn right. Right?
Now I know how to do it.
Now it's easy, right? You do it once, it's easy. You buy your first real estate investment, the second one's easy. You join your first mastermind group, the second one's easy. You meet the first person in the networking event, the second person's easy. It's getting over the hurdle of that first time. After that, everything's easy, everything's normal, right? It's not as hard as we think it is, right?
Yeah.
Even the challenges. So after working with my father for 8 years, I decided to open up my own general contracting business. So for the last 15 years, I've been running a business on my own. 4 job sites, running it simultaneously, talking with different trades, different suppliers, different wholesalers, different customers. So you don't think problems come in dealing with 20, 30 people a day? I remember one night my daughter was, I don't know, young, single digits, maybe 7, 8 years old, maybe even younger. And then she goes, "Oh, Daddy, how was your day?" I'm like, "Oh, it was busy. It was busy. You know how much I do? I do a lot of work." And I just didn't really tell her because I didn't think she cared. Right. So the next day or goes on, she goes, "Oh, Daddy, how was your day?" After a couple times of her asking me how my day was, I said, "You know what? I'll show you how my day was." So I opened up my phone. I go through all my emails that I sent. So I go one, two, three, four. I go through all my text messages. One, two, three, four. All the interactions, all the phone calls. One, two, three. We added it up together that day. It was 118 interactions in one day. I said, "Honey, this is what I do." Right. So, and it ties into the story and it shows her some limiting beliefs. If Daddy can do 118 different tasks in a day, why can't I do that like at her school or her sports or her activities? Right. It's all about limiting beliefs. If someone else can do it, why can't you?
Yeah,
Right.
no, exactly. And,
Yeah.
and you touch on something that brings me back as well. I was thinking about my story the other day, also because of the channel here. And I think it started at 15. Also wanting to accomplish things, also wanting to help my family, but there was limiting beliefs and there was lack of reference, which is also something that I try to bring here from all these amazing people like you to share their stories. Reference. I lacked reference that yeah, you can do it and show me possible ways, possible paths. So I don't think the reference was your problem, but the limiting beliefs. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was something.
It's a mix of both, right? It's you have to want it, right? We can't. We're not in this world just to be that factory worker. We're here as a humans to be more than that. Yeah, you might like it. People might like it. They might be comfortable. Sure, stay with your factory job. You're making decent money, whatever that is, your daily task. But why not invest in real estate? Why not go buy that one or two rental properties? Why not go to that networking event on a Wednesday night? Like be more evolved. There's more to life than just doing the same thing every day, right?
Yeah.
We're here for a bigger reason than just working in that factory.
I do believe so. Yeah, I do believe so. But I think also it's important that at least we have some clarity of what is success to us. So maybe to some person just having the 9 to 5, but the person found a way to be happy. I'm okay with that personally. But
Yeah,
I don't want that for me. I don't want it.
yeah.
Yeah, I still have my 9 to 5 today, but paying my bills and I'm building on it.
Yes, and you're exactly right. There's no problem with that 9 to 5 job. It's I didn't mean to say it in a negative way. I meant to say that there's more to that 9 to 5 job. Yeah, do what you
Yeah,
like. Be that doctor, be that lawyer, be that entrepreneur, be what you want to be.
yeah,
But there's other wheels that can spin at the same time, right? Like you can make these real estate investments, for example, and it can earn money while you're sleeping in a long period of time.
yeah,
Meaning we don't get educated on finance. We don't get educated on numbers in when we're young in the education system. So a lot of people don't know about compounding interest and interest rates and saving 1% and investing over here and stuff like that. So why not leverage that to our ability, and it builds up our wealth over time, and now gives us the flexibility and freedom to spend time with our family, spend time with our friends, go on that vacation. That extra bit of money gives you that little flexibility and makes you sleep better at nighttime.
yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. No, totally, totally.
Yeah.
And just to yeah, to build on that, a segue. I don't want to show off, but in terms of triathlon, have you heard of Ironman?
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, I do those crazy things. And
No, you're
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, exactly. I know. And when I tell people, usually people might say, I could not do that. And I say, no, no, no. Don't think of what I am doing today. I build up to reach that stage. If you believe, you can also do it. So that's what I also want to mean.
Yeah,
That kind of success. If you believe you can do it, and what you've been exactly
yeah,
saying so far,
yeah,
just as an
yeah,
example.
yeah. That's a perfect example because there's 95% of the population that will never want to or ever will run an Ironman
Yeah,
because a large percentage of them have that limiting belief, right?
yeah,
Myself included. I never picture myself even training for an Ironman because I think that's an unrealistic goal for me to complete an Ironman or even enter the race. To me, it's like boom, out of this world. Like I think people like you that do it are crazy, but
no,
it's a good crazy.
yeah, no, I totally agree. I totally agree. And I'll tell you, when I first heard of that, 2014, I believe, or 15, no, 14. Um, I met this guy, and he introduced me and presented me with the idea, and I said the same thing. That's not for me.
Yeah,
But once I started and doing the short ones, my craziness started to build to scale. So
yeah,
eventually I said, yeah, I want to do it. So I totally get you when you say that. But if you start and eventually you say, I'd like to try, I'd like to do it, I'm telling you, anyone can do it. And I will say one thing, as long as I can in this space here, I wish that every person could do the half, at least the
yeah,
half Ironman, because the sense of accomplishment, the
hmm,
sense of uh, I can do anything, like the motto of Ironman is anything is possible.
yeah.
When you finish at least the half, man, I'll tell you, what you feel after that is amazing. I wish everyone could experience
Yeah.
that. Honestly.
Oh, all right, Fernando. We're recorded. There's no promises on my end, but I am gonna think long and hard about doing the half Ironman. I'm
Yes,
gonna
man.
think about it. Okay,
Yes.
it's one step forward. Okay, you got me one step closer than we were half an hour ago. Just because of the energy you brought in that experience that you had. I want to feel that energy. I want to feel that confidence. I want to feel that rush that you just had when you completed that first half Ironman.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is exactly what we're talking about in this interview
Yeah.
is the energy we feed off each other, and we're not even in the same room,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly. Yeah. And
Wild.
and I get goosebumps by talking about it, because it's like my mind and my body feels I am in arriving in that race finish, man.
Yeah,
And every race is different. If we sit together and I'll tell you about the first Ironman and the second Ironman and some of the half Ironmans, uh, I'd say it's like a business journey happening all in one day, because you go through objectives, struggles, mindset, everything there is to be, transformation, everything
yeah,
there is in a few hours.
yeah.
It's
It's a huge rush for sure. Adrenaline and mixed emotions.
It is. It is,
Huge.
man.
Yeah.
It is. The last
But
one I thought I wouldn't finish, but my family helped me.
oh, that's a really good feeling too, right? When people are cheering you on and you see them down the road at the finish line, you're like, I just got to reach them. I don't know how, but I'm going to reach them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'll tell you the story
Awesome. Yeah.
when we meet.
Yeah.
But yeah, it everything that I didn't. Well, we cannot anticipate everything, but a lot of things that I had planned, it turned the other way around, and I had to adapt and change my mindset during the course. And that's why I say that my family appeared, and then I said, okay, I want to finish this. I'll change some things here in my mind, my expectations, and in the end, of course, we finished after 13 hours and 30 minutes.
13 hours? That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
for you. Good for you. Congratulations. Yeah,
Thanks, man.
that's a good story. That's a good feeling.
Yeah, it
But
is. It
yeah,
is.
it all ties in, right? Limited beliefs and we can do it. Yes, I can. It all ties into
Yeah.
that, right?
Sorry.
You're not the
Yes.
first person that ran Ironman. People have done it before.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
right? So you want to push yourself. Why can't you do it? And you did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Just a matter
powerful.
how
The
can I do
mind is
it?
powerful.
No, no, totally, totally. So physically, um, usually we say that 80 to 90% is mental
Yeah.
because the physical on that day, it's easier than the training, honestly.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, I
training
agree.
prepared you to get there, and that day is just mostly mental.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of these successful people, it's a mental game, right? It's getting over those hurdles, getting over those humps, not taking everything so seriously and not stressing out about certain situations. The mind will control your feelings, will control the outcome, right? It'll push you forward. That's all the mind.
Makes
So
totally
it's
sense.
yeah, it's a powerful tool.
It is. No. Yeah. Uh, I heard this recently. What we think is what we become and make happen. So
Yeah. And that goes back to the goal setting and to the visions that we have. One of my daily routines is visualization, but also affirmation. So you have to say it loud and proud, loud, so everyone can hear you. I'm in my bathroom saying it in front of the
yeah,
mirror. Your affirmations. What are you going to become? What do you want to be? What do you want to do? How are you going to give back? If you say it over and over and over again every day, you don't think eventually you're going to be that? And when you are that, it comes easy to you because you've already been talking about it, right?
yeah,
I want to be on stage in front of 1,000 people telling my story. If I say it for 3 years every day and then I'm on stage, I'm like, I've been here before,
yeah,
right? It, it's
yeah.
it's it's easier,
It's like
right?
you live in that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You're living it every time you say it. Your mind is living it, right? Your mind is that powerful tool.
This
So
this year I started that as well, but I do it alone. I would be ashamed to do in front of my wife.
me
So
too.
I recognize. I close the doors and yeah, you can do it. This, and that. Yeah, I'll have that house and that business and
Yeah. Hey, you have to start somewhere,
yeah,
right? You have to say it somewhere. But I bet you in a couple weeks you'll say it maybe in the closed bedroom, but your wife is down the hallway and she listens. But one day she'll hear it, right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
then it'll become natural to you. It'll become normal. And then in a couple months you'll be saying it in front of her, right? And it'll just become normal. So
yeah.
it all ties into that doing it the first time, having that first experience.
Exactly. I do share with her things that I learned,
Yeah.
but then she does it on herself, I think, and I do it by myself, and
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah. No, no, I'm in the same way with my wife. It's getting to that next level.
Yeah,
The mind is powerful.
it is. Now, I'm curious about something. You said that you worked with your father. I also worked with my father. My father had a carpentry workshop. He was a
Ah,
carpenter. So
perfect.
since young, I worked with him in some things. But then around 18, I really said, "Oh, hey, Dad, I want to work with you." And my father was more resistance to ideas and change and some limits. And I'm my half my mother's half. I am Italian as well, but my father no.
Yeah.
So how was working with your father? Was he the same way?
Fernando, I didn't go deep about my father and I's work
Yeah,
history, but there's nothing negative. Beautiful relationship. He's my best friend. He is the reason why I'm confident in what I do in my life. right? Because I saw him in action talking with customers and agents and suppliers and interactions. He was my first vision of human interaction, like on the business level, right? But old school Italian mentality, keep my money in my pocket, keep my money in my pocket, right? He can have $100,000 in his pocket, not invest a penny, lose on appreciate on inflation, but be the happiest person in the world. I'm like, Dad, you have money, invest it, let's grow, let's build. So in his construction company, when I was with him, we got along great. It was good, but I kept saying to him, Dad, because instead of us doing these jobs, like we were the electrician, we were the plumber, we were the drywall guy, we were the painter, we were the framer. We did every trade. So when we were renovating a bathroom, for example, it was just him and I for like 4 weeks by the time we complete a bathroom because we're doing every single trade. Then we started doing bigger projects like whole home renovations, but still just us two. So now it took 3 months to do this one project. I'm like, Dad, there's a different way of doing this. Let's expand. Let's start subbing out all these trades, right? So now when you sub out the trades, you can have two jobs going on at the same time. I control one, you control the other. We can have 3 jobs. We hire someone else. We can have 4 jobs, so on and so on. I wanted to grow. With his guidance and my eagerness, I thought we would have made a good team. For like 4 years, I've been bugging him. And he's like, Roberto, no, we're okay like this. It's easier. I control the money, I control the jobs. I don't want the headaches. I'm at a certain age. I don't need this anymore. So that's what triggered me to go in my own business on my own. Not because we had a disagreement, just because I wanted something bigger and better for myself and my future family, right? I'm okay with him being at his level, but don't block me if I want to be at this level, right? So that's the only reason why I went on my own in the construction world. So when I went on my own, the first thing I did was sub out every single trade because I already knew them learning from him. He taught me every single trade. Like I can build a house on my own right now. It might take me 3 years, but I can do it on my own because of him and the knowledge he gave me, which allowed me to hire trades knowing if they're doing the job right or wrong. So he gave me that knowledge, that power to make more money. He probably didn't realize it at the time, but the money and the success that I had in that company was because of him. The teachings. I just thought of this now. It goes back to having a mentor. So he was maybe my first mentor.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I didn't think of it that way. I thought of a father-son relationship, but he was my first mentor.
Indeed.
Right?
Indeed.
Leveling up to that next level.
Yeah.
Right? So
beautiful.
Yeah, family businesses are not always good, but obviously ups and downs throughout the years. But this one was a beautiful work relationship and a father-son relationship. I just had to expand and spread my wings.
No, that's nice. No,
Yeah.
that's nice to hear, and really
Yeah.
great story. Yeah. On my father's side, he was more resistant. Um, um, he would have been a great mentor, but he was not big on teaching and speaking as well. So I tried to assimilate. So that's why I
Yeah.
asked as well. I tried to
Yeah.
assimilate things, but he would say, "No, this is no business for you." I don't know why he thought about it. Because oh no, I know because back then to succeed is you have to go to this big firm, you know, university, blah, whatever.
They tell you to be a doctor, to be a lawyer, to be a teacher, to be an accountant. They tell you to be all these things.
Yeah,
But if I don't want to be that, why am I going to be trying for 10 years to be that lawyer? I don't want to
yeah,
be a lawyer. Let someone else who loves being a lawyer be a lawyer, right? I honestly loved general contracting. I wanted to be a general contractor. I was extremely happy, no problems. I never woke up one morning upset that I had to go to work. Never,
yeah,
right? But I think from what I'm gathering is your father, my father were immigrants to this country. So I think being an immigrant I'm going to assume your father, because I know my father had not a big bank account, not a large bank account. So when my father came to this country, he came with $20 in his pocket. So to him, to immigrants in that situation, whatever money they can get is theirs because they knew how it was with no money,
Yeah.
right? So I don't blame them for the decisions they made and maybe the lack of knowledge that they passed down because they were in this, they came from that situation that they came from,
Yeah, no,
right?
totally. Yeah.
But the life I'm living today is because of the risk he took leaving his home country of Italy and immigrating to Canada. I'm where I am today because of him.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
That's 100% yes. You're
Yeah.
right on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in terms of everything that we discussed and whatever comes to your mind now, what would be the great struggles you had that taught you a lot and transformed you somehow?
Yeah, that's a great question. The struggles I had in my adult life was maybe controlling, like I wanted control of the job site. I wanted control of the property. I wanted control. Like I was very, very poor in delegating. Even when I said I hired all these subs to do the work on the construction site, you don't think I was there for a couple hours a day watching them? Right? It's the control factor, not because I'm a control freak in a sense, it's just I thought I knew better than everyone else. But delegating and letting go has let me grow, right? You have to have trust in the people around you. Surrounding yourself with the right people, like minded people, gives me a better sense of trust. So I was in control for most of my life, in a sense, which held me back. And I wasn't delegating properly. So now I've learned to delegate and I see myself less worried about what that other person's task is going to be. Right. Now I have trust in that partner, in that person. Right.
It seems you're saying micromanagement, basically.
Yes. Perfect word. Perfect world. Yes. I was micromanaging the trades before. Now in the real estate investment world that I'm in, I'm not micromanaging my partners because I have that trust factor with my partners. Fernando, this is your action item. Roberto, this is your action item. Let's meet next week, collaborate on our items, and let's keep moving, right? Let's keep growing, right? So yes, no micromanaging for the past couple of years now.
Yeah.
I've let that go.
No, that's exactly. Trust is the connector. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I learned that as well. Choosing wisely our partners also is the best thing we can do.
Yeah. Yeah. My father told me also one thing is never be in partnerships because his first entry into business was with a partner and the partner stole a lot of money from him and ran off and he never got that money back. So he had a sour taste in his mouth of never being in partnership. So I had that also in the back of my head for so many years running my business. I'm like, I'll do it myself. I'll do it myself. I'll do it myself. You need the right partners to grow, right? I can't buy $10 million property on my own. I need Fernando. I need this person. I need that partner. We have to do it as a team to tackle that $10 million purchase, that $20 million property, right? You can't do it on your own. No one can do it on their own. Big things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. My father said the same thing to me. Same experience.
Yeah.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And
old
I
school
also had
mentality.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's old school mentality. And we should be grateful for their knowledge, but understanding the opportunities in front of us. Right.
Yeah.
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 But that's funny.
Exactly.
We're very similar.
It is, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. Well, so interesting.
Yeah. I just don't run Ironman.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I said I'll think about it.
Yeah, no, I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll
The
see.
first
Let's see.
first
We'll
step.
talk in, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. Let's see.
Yeah, yeah. You never know.
We
Yeah.
never know. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. And what keeps you motivated with this amazing energy that you are vibing?
The motivation comes from when I look at my kids and they're looking at me in my office. Like I'm looking at my kids now. They're looking at me in my office on these podcasts, looking at the spreadsheets on my screen, doing the underwriting, talking to partners, talking to brokers, me talking about what I'm doing in my day to day life, talking about it at the dinner table. So just them seeing I'm doing what I love. Like their dad is doing exactly what he loves to be doing. That gives me motivation because now I'm hopefully showing them do what you love in life. You don't have to do real estate. You don't have to do construction. You can if you love it, but do what you love because then you wake up every day happy to be there and happy to go in front of that computer or go on that job site or go talk to that person because you're doing what you love. So my motivation comes from them seeing me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, same thing. Family. Family in the end.
Family.
Um, I believe also if you found the right partner, because
Yes.
that totally has helped you, build that foundation. Yeah,
Yeah.
family is the best motivation.
It's what you come home to at nighttime. It's what you surround yourself with most of the day, right? And if you have that supportive, well, in our case, our supportive wives, doesn't that make you want to produce more, level up even faster? Because you have
Yeah,
like a cheerleader in the corner saying, "Yeah, let's go. Yeah, you can do it." Right? All these risks that we take in this real estate world. If we had someone saying, "No, that's not good," we're not going to take half the risks,
yeah.
right? We won't be at the place we are now,
No,
right?
no,
So yeah, having that partner is extremely important. Yeah.
it is. It is. For quite a while, um, last year was like a pivotal moment, turning point for us here, because I always had the mindset of let's do this. So I mean, ideas. I would be the guy with ideas, and my wife would be reluctant. But things happened in our lives, her life, and then she finally opened up for
Yeah.
challenges and new things. And now I'd say that we are vibing in the same
Yeah.
direction, frequency, or
Yeah.
and what was good, don't get me wrong, was good, but I always knew that she could do more, but she didn't believe in her. Now, man, is wow.
Now you can't stop it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, because the cycle now, man. Woof.
Yeah. But you do need that element of, okay, maybe it's someone saying maybe it's not a good decision. You need that little element, but I think you need 95% of, yeah, let's go for it. Let's do it, right? She believes in you, that you've made it
Yeah,
educated, calculated risk. You believe in her for the same reason. So why not go for that?
yeah.
What's the worst that can happen? What's the worst?
That's a good
Right?
question.
What's the
Yeah,
what's the worst? Okay, this sets you back 1 year, 2 years. What's the worst? We're going to be doing this for another 40, 50 years anyways.
yeah,
What's the worst?
yeah,
I moved from Canada to Florida 2 years ago, and I told my mother, I said, "Hey, ma, I'm moving to Florida," and she's like, "No, no, you're crazy." I mean, she's a little bit sad. Wasn't crying, but a little bit sad and shocked, I guess, right? Because coming from the Italian heritage, we have a huge family up there, right? All our families in and around the same half an hour to 1 hour drive, right? So we are very family oriented and close family. My wife's side of the family, her Christmas parties are 84 people. It's friggin' wild. So we left a lot behind. But my wife told my mother during our conversation about moving, my wife said, "What's the worst that can happen? We come back?" And my mother's like, "Ah, okay, have fun. Congratulations. What's the worst? It's a 3 hour plane ride. I'm up there 5 times a year. Like she comes down here a couple times a year. We see each other almost the same amount of times,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
But what is the worst? You just go back. But you're going back to family, friends, familiarity, right? What's the worst?
That's an excellent question. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think also the root of that question is no, not the root, but why she reacted is sometimes we don't trust the process or we don't have patience. So I also think about it sometimes. What's the relation? Should I trust the process 100% or also have patience or only pay? Well, I don't know. So, yeah.
Yeah, but it goes back to the partners, right? So I didn't move countries with no guidance or no advice, right? I hired an immigration lawyer, I hired an immigration consultant, I did research, I spoke with people who have done it already. So the process is partnering or hiring the right people, right? Which makes it easier, streamlines it, and it makes it more easier for you to go through, right? Same thing with buying these multifamily assets. Partnering with the right partners can close a deal at a faster rate, can raise that capital you need at a faster rate. So you can't be afraid of the process if you have the right partners, right? Trust the process if you have the right partners.
Well said.
Yeah, you like that one.
Yeah. It's all recorded, so I don't need to take note. But I
Yeah,
would
yeah.
take note now. Blip, 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 blip. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a good one. But
Good one.
it's true. Fernando, I'm not just saying this to spit words out of my mouth. I'm saying this because I truly believe in the experiences that I've had as a human that I can tell the world about what I know, the knowledge that I have. Why can't someone else find a connection and have help through this interview that we're talking about?
Yeah.
Right? What, like,
Exactly.
I've got all this knowledge from other people. Why can't we give it out now?
Exactly the point here that I'm making. We network with this incredible people that we have this amazing knowledge. It's and the way I say it's not just the unicorn achievers like you said before that is in the media. It's not just that. It's us, real people with real power doing real things.
Yeah, 100%. We're just not in the media, but we're doing the exact same good, real things.
Yes,
Yeah.
each
Yeah.
every day. Yeah,
Yeah. Exactly
exactly.
right. Yeah.
That was the warm up. Now let's go to the.
I love it. I could go for another hour, man. I'm pumped. I
I'm
love
just
your
kidding.
energy.
It's just now I have the same questions that I call impossible question scenarios.
Okay.
Uh, it's when I feel that we get the most precious uh, from the experiences, most precious golden nuggets from based on the experiences of all of you. I want you to imagine the your life accomplishments, all right? Those that are important and significant to you. And if you have to redo that in 1 year, how would you do it? And would you do it differently?
Wow. Great question. How would I do my biggest life accomplishments in 1 year? Because I have to condense my accomplishments in 1 year, I have to move at a faster pace, right? Because now I have a timeline. So I would hire a mentor who's done it before, be in the right rooms, like-minded people, and have a support system around me. Family, friends, believers, people that will encourage me to get to that vision, to do that achievement. You have to have a mentor, that shining light, and you have to be in the right rooms with like-minded people. Yeah.
So true, man. No,
Yeah.
so true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, because I know exactly what you're saying. I feel the same, and yeah, there's no other way.
There is no, you can't do it alone. We talked about that. You can't do it just, you and I can't buy a $10 million property, for example, just two people. You can't do it. You can't read on the internet to get to that achievement that we spoke about. You have to be in the environment that allows you to achieve that goal,
Yeah.
right?
And let's be clear, not we cannot do the $10 million not because of the money. It's because, as Rod says, it's a team sport. So you need several hands and heads working
Yes,
together.
exactly. We can't be everywhere. Delegation, right?
Yeah.
We can't be the capital raiser. We can't be the asset manager. We can't be the underwriter. We can't be the investor relations. We can't be the guarantors. Two people can't be eight different things,
Yeah.
right? So you need
Yeah.
partners, you need a team, you need believers.
Exactly.
Yeah. Awesome. That was a good question.
Yeah. What do you tell me? What can you tell me about what success looks like to you?
One of my purposes in life, what I've realized the last couple of years, surrounding myself with these groups that we talked about, I have a purpose statement. It's one of these frames behind me, and I look at it every day. And one of those line items is, I want to educate the youth in financial literacy. I want to empower them with the numbers they need to be able to have the knowledge to succeed in life. That 12-year-old, that 13-year-old, that 14-year-old, tell them compounded interest, what it means. Tell them investments. Talk a little bit about real estate, about interest rates, about mortgages, about debt, about leverage, about refinance. Tell them about, tell them about stocks, about dividends. I want to have a course, whether it's on YouTube or some social channel, because I don't think I'll be able to get it in the education system, but I want some platform that I can educate the youth in financial literacy, enabling them to become successful. When I accomplish that, I think I'll be successful. That is success to me when I accomplish that, because now I'm helping them empower themselves, the next generation.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, similar to that, I bought my son a book explaining about some financial stuff. I don't remember the name of the book, but he's 15, so I have the same idea. Yeah, and I think we both didn't have this education back in the past about this, and I don't believe that to this day anyone has if you don't look after it. So
No.
I totally
Yeah.
100% with you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We came from old school mentality parents, which is fine, but they themselves didn't know about financial literacy,
Yeah.
because if they did, they would be multimillionaires and we would be on a boat somewhere.
Yeah.
But they didn't have that financial literacy, right? So you and I are the trailblazers of our family, wanting more for our kids and our future generation. The one book I bought my son just recently was Rich Dad Poor Dad. I said, you have to read this book. Any questions you have on the paragraph, the page, the chapter, any questions you have, come to me and let's talk through it. You know how much fun I had when he read a chapter and he came back to me like asking questions? Or what does
Wow.
this line mean? What does this mean? I'm like, yes. Like, not that you like it, but you're asking questions to try to understand it, right? And I'm like, imagine 1,000 kids learning about financial literacy. 2,000, 3,000, 10,000 kids. How
Wow.
powerful would that be to them?
Yes. Yes. Let's make that happen.
Yeah, I'm going to make it happen. It will happen. Having this course set up that I talked about, this platform on financial literacy, is going to happen within the next 5 years, guaranteed. Even sooner, but my goal is 5 years. Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
Wow. Wow. I don't have words. I think I need a dictionary here to get more words about it. Yeah. Because the other day I was talking to a friend and not about me, but he said, yeah, and he's Romanian. He said, well, Americans only know how to say, I'm not American, but by the way, but anyway, he was saying, Americans only know to say amazing, amazing. Okay, I'm going to have a dictionary now. I'm going to search for words and adjectives. So it's amazing. It's wonderful. It's, I don't know.
it, it's it's something that I'm passionate about, right? It's something that people talk about giving back, right? Giving back. I'm a believer. You have to give back. But what's your real purpose in life, right? People have to find that purpose. And it took me like 15 years to find this purpose, right? I never knew what it really was until I sat down, I took time to think about it, pen to paper, and writing down my purpose. And once I wrote it down, what I mentioned, yes, this is my purpose. This is exactly what I'm here to do. And there's no changing it. I didn't change the sentence. I didn't change the structure. This is my purpose. And it connected with me. So
Yeah, it
it
just
is
clicks.
connected.
It
Yeah.
just clicks, connects, right?
Yeah.
So you can know this here talking about the success journey and offer paths, possible paths, reference.
Yeah.
I found this year actually when I started this. That's my purpose because it talks to me since when I was a teenager and I was trying to do things and my parents were saying, no, 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 you don't need to do this or that because I was trying to be an entrepreneur from that age, but because of lack of reference, mentorship, and other things, I grew up not knowing exactly what success was.
Yeah.
So show to people that success can be whatever makes them happy and make them better each and every day. It's the realization of my purpose. So I am here
Yes.
now realizing my purpose because of that.
Yeah. It, everyone has a purpose. They just got to kind of pull it out of themselves, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's here for a purpose. We're all here
Yeah.
on this earth for a purpose, for a reason.
Yeah.
So once you find it, it's that's a motivation in itself, right?
It is. And the clarity that comes with that, it's wow.
But the clarity is key also, right? Like you have to have that vision of where you want to become in 10, 15, 20 years, right? You have to have that vision, but you have to have a clear path to that vision. So once you have the clarity around you, it's a lot easier to get to that vision, to hit your goals, right? Clarity is very important. Once it clicks, once you understand it, you're on a good path to succeed.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we are. And we are doing it. We are
Yeah.
doing it.
You're doing it. Absolutely. We are doing it because we're in the right groups and with the right mindset.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Powerful.
Powerful. And
Yeah.
now, Roberto, I want to give you, Roberto, a billboard. Tell me what you're gonna put in the billboard. The space is yours.
Picture of my family, my first real estate investment that I bought, the kids taking that financial literacy course, and then those kids on top of the billboard when they've reached their success, their financial freedom, right? It starts from the roots and it comes all the way full circle, your purpose, your reason, your vision. and then that fruit, that those kids learning from that, the fruit starts from the roots, ends in the fruit. Yeah,
Wow.
that was a that's powerful.
Powerful. Indeed. Indeed. Tree. Yeah. Oof. So much. So much. Yeah. I still get that's I think yours is 15th maybe. I'm just in the beginning. I have a goal of doing 50, 100 conversations of that on the next year, and gather all those learnings. And I still get, I think the word would be here, baffled about. I was not that I was right. Oh, Fernando was right. No, but I was right in feeling that we have so much to learn and teach, because we are all in different paths and we are unique. And when I have a conversation like yours here, yeah, baffled. It's the word that comes now.
Yeah, but everyone has their story. Everyone has a purpose, right? It's just trying to pull it out. And I've learned a lot of this in the last handful of years, right? Because I was not lost. I was just going through the motions, right? But once you have that clarity, that purpose, that vision, those goals, man, that track is unstoppable. You can fly down that train track.
Yeah,
It's yeah,
indeed.
it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
But platforms like this, what you're doing is absolutely a huge benefit to people like us, right? It spreads the word, it spreads our gracious beliefs that we have, and you, by having this platform, are giving back,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
People are
And
going to
to
watch
me,
this and be inspired.
yeah. And to me, success is belief, and belief is success. Those two
Yeah,
words.
yeah,
Yeah,
hand in hand. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, powerful.
yeah. I want to ask you, how do you keep yourself? You mentioned books, but what resources? I want to say you already taught so much, and how can I ask this? So, if you want to when you want to keep learning, besides of the books, what other platforms you look for to learn? And the mastermind groups. Those are two things that, yeah, it's almost essential.
Yeah, yeah. The books and the mastermind group are essential, like you said. What I've started to do now is implement AI into my, I guess, administrative tasks. I'm not a tech guy, but I'm implementing it slowly. It's okay for now. But what I'm doing with AI, I'm familiar with Chat GPT, so I use that platform. Is asking questions, but in a strategic manner. So inputting the right prompts to get the right output, if that makes sense, right? But in an educational manner. I'm not just asking, what's the soccer score from last week? No, I'm asking, if I want to do market research, for example, I'm looking in Fort Worth, I'm looking in this neighborhood, I see a asset from this size. I would like you to produce a market analysis with rent comps, medium household income, capex for that market, and the school rating systems. So I'm using AI as an educational information tool. Right now, I'm learning. So now I can learn about that market, about that cap rate, about what has been sold, what's the price per unit. So I'm learning it not just for fun and a waste of time. I'm learning it for educational. And on top of that, I've tried to program my Instagram feed with all educational material. So there's a way you can change the algorithm a little bit. If you're searching, basically what is in your feed is what you've searched for and what you've liked. So if you're liking sports and memes and all this nonsense stuff, what do you think is going to come back in your feed? All that stuff. So if you like and you search and you comment on, in my instance, senior living investments and multifamily investments and um, visions and successful people doing what I want to do, then now my algorithm is all filled with that. So now it's positive energy and positive information coming into my world. So now the brain is filled with positivity, right? So besides the books, besides the masterminds, that's how I kind of fill in my blank spaces during the day.
Great. No,
Yeah.
great. Oh, you're,
Yeah.
I'm a tech guy and I can say that you're using it correctly. You're doing research, but you're not doing only research, you're doing analysis. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. And it could be on a market that I don't know, that I'm not even looking at. But just for fun, if we talk about Tucson, for example, okay, I'm going to go research Tucson just out of curiosity. But it's informational, educational research,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It could be a
No,
market I like. It could be a different market. It doesn't matter. It's just knowledge.
great use. No,
Yeah.
yeah, doing it
Yeah.
right. Yes.
Yeah. You got to cut out all that noise, man. I haven't watched TV, like a TV show, in 2 years since I moved to Florida. I'll turn on the TV for soccer. I'm a soccer fan. um, I don't watch the news. I don't listen to the news. I don't watch those Netflix videos and shows and stuff like that. You don't need that in your life,
Yeah.
right? Podcasts are good, like audio books, audio podcast, something that's informational that will interest you and help you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm struggling with Netflix. I like the series, but bit by bit, not that I want to take it away. I don't want to take it away because it's a moment
No.
that I just
Yeah.
today it's a way that I decompress of thinking of nothing because the entire day my mind is always popping ideas, doing research. So it's a way that I just go like couch
Yeah.
potato for one bit.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to reduce that, and I'm changing for books. My wife is huge on books,
Yeah.
and she motivates me, and she bought me several books here. So I'm I'm reading like 5 books at a time now, which also is also good because I like to change. Oh, now I want to distract, and then there is a novel that I'm reading. Oh, but I'm also huge on bi- uh, informational, motivational books like Tim Ferriss' book,
Yeah.
and I'm terrible at remembering the names, but Alex Hormozzi's book, I bought
Yeah.
them. So I like those, and if I
Yeah.
start reading those, my mind just fills with ideas, and so it. The Netflix is still a way that it can. Okay, let's just escape for a bit and think of
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah. No. I absolutely agree with you. You need that kind of silent, quiet moment in the day. And sometimes that's where the best ideas come from, is when your mind is kind of zoned out for a little bit, right?
Yeah,
You come up with a certain idea.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. No, everyone has a daily schedule they have to follow, right? So you got to fit certain things in that schedule and maximize that day to the best of the potential that it has.
indeed,
Yeah.
indeed. Oh man, we could continue here for hours. I've seen.
Yeah.
Um, um, okay, are you gonna be in Phoenix?
Yes and no. Um, there is a. Do you know Patrick Bet David?
No.
Okay, he's a. I'm part of one of his kind of members group. He is an influential person in social media, in consulting, and in business, and in strategies. He's co-authored many books. He has $800 million net worth. Like, he's doing really good things. Anyways, he has a huge conference coming up in the beginning of September that is not cheap, that I am going to. And my son has an out of state soccer tournament right after the Phoenix event. So I'm on the fence about going to Phoenix. I want to go to Phoenix. I just got to make sure I'm doing the right things for the family. But
No.
80% of me, I'm going to be in Phoenix.
No, I got it. I got it. No,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
making sure that maybe we can meet there.
Oh, yeah.
But
If I'm going, I will let you know. We definitely connect in person.
good. No, that's
Yeah,
great. That's
yeah,
great. Any last messages? We could stay here for hours. I can see, but yeah,
yeah,
we have other things to do. I bet you. I bet you're busy.
yeah.
Um,
No,
I
it's
also
good.
have other things. But any last messages would you like to leave?
Well, I want to say, Fernando, thank you. Thank you for connecting, reaching out, and doing this interview podcast with me. I've honestly had a huge rush doing this interview. I think it was informational, useful. It'll help your audience. It'll help people listening to it. This one went really, really well. The last kind of bit of information that my kind of overall takeaway from doing this today is just go after what you want to do, whether it be big or small. Just go after it. Once you do it, it will lead to other opportunities. There's no need to hesitate in life. I don't care if you're 30, 40, 60. Just do that thing that you want to do. We're here one time on this earth.
Yeah,
Come
I
on.
think that's the way to go to be happy. Honestly, doesn't matter always the result, but if you're doing what you just said, if you're doing what you want, you're happy. Period.
Yeah. And how do you feel when you're happy? You feel good.
Yes,
Yeah.
motivated and in the right mindset, and there he goes.
Yeah. It all goes in a circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm honored.
Awesome.
I felt, like you said, I felt the energy. Your
Yeah.
energy is unmatching. It's awesome. Um, I'm honored again. So thank you for accepting it and delivering this knowledge sharing that you did. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you, Fernando. Awesome.
Awesome. So see you soon, man. Take care.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy. See ya.
See you.